Good afternoon, everyone. Meteorologist Bill Rentschler in the 1011 Now streaming studio. Hope everyone had a quiet Wednesday night and is having a good Thursday. Again, pretty noisy last night for some parts of eastern and southeastern Nebraska as we had thunderstorms roll through the area. So I thought we'd take a quick minute here this afternoon to kind of look back at what we had last night in terms of rainfall reports. We had some large hail and kind of look ahead to what we can expect through the rest of the week and into the upcoming weekend. Again, spring game is on Saturday, and again, the forecast for that looking just a little bit on the iffy side. So if we go ahead and we jump right into our graphics here, we can take a look at all the warnings that we've had issued really the past almost 2 days. So again, we had a cluster of warnings basically stretching from south central Nebraska through the Hastings area, out near York, Seward, just to the north and west of Lincoln. That was the one storm we had move through. It would have been Tuesday night and then into early Wednesday morning that we had move across the area. That storm produced quite a bit of hail across that swath of area. Had some reports of 2.5 inch sized hail with that storm as it moved through the area. And again, we had reports of heavy rain. And again, this is what we're talking about with kind of the training thunderstorms. Again, just kind of that strip of area that we saw with the heavy thunderstorms, the severe thunderstorms, and the heavy rain. And then much of last night, most of the severe activity, again, stayed just off to the east of the Lincoln area. Again, so kind of from up near Omaha down to the south and to the southwest just a bit. Into parts of Cass, Odo, Johnson, Nemaha, Richardson, Pawnee counties, and then down into northeastern parts of Kansas, eventually kind of down towards the Topeka area. Again, a lot of warnings in those areas. Again, that's where we saw a lot of training of thunderstorms last night, just redevelopment, storms moving on top of each other repeatedly, and again, saw areas of heavy rain across these areas. Did have a couple reports of tornadoes. Those were across the border in parts of western Iowa, as well as a few tornado warnings down across parts of northeastern Kansas. Again, nothing in terms of tornado warnings for really any parts of southeastern Nebraska. Again, if I kind of zoom in here, again, you can kind of see there's just that little bit of a hole across much of Lancaster County, northern Gage County. So again, Lincoln, well, we saw some rain last night, early this morning. Didn't see much in the way of severe weather. Again, much of Lancaster, western Cass, western Odo, northern Gage, Saline counties kind of have missed out over the past 2 days. Again, it's mid-April. We're going to have plenty of opportunities to see more storms, but at least with this round, again, Lincoln has kind of missed out. In terms of the observed precipitation, these are the numbers. Again, these are from the official METAR reporting stations at these airports. Again, at the Lincoln Airport, again, which is kind of an enigma sometimes. Just 24 hundredths of rain was reported between last night and this morning. Again, there was much higher totals across the southern and southeastern part of town. Again, at my house, I had 0.6 of an inch of rain between last night and early this morning, and some reports even higher than that. But the highest report we had, again, at least from these official reporting stations, was up at Epley and Omaha, just shy of 2 inches of rain. Nebraska City about $1.25, and Falls City $1.17 for rainfall. But again, you can see the contour. Areas in yellow, we're looking at least an inch, if not more, of rainfall. You kind of a lot of pinks, a lot of kind of dark purples. Again, those are indicative of where we saw some of those heavy thunderstorms repeatedly move over the same areas and produce some areas of heavy rain. So if we look at some of the actual reports, again, gathered most of these from CocoRa's, which is kind of a community reporting website. Great resource. The highest report we had from across southeastern Nebraska was just over 3 inches, and that was 2 miles southwest of the Humboldt area in Richardson County. But again, you can kind of go down the list, and there were some pretty big numbers for areas kind of Johnson, Pawnee, Nemaha, Richardson counties, and then up into the Omaha area near Auburn. Again, they had about 2 1/3 inches. Louisville right around 2 inches. Again, I mentioned Epley. Fremont had just over 1.75 inches. Papillion right around 1.7. Wahoo just to the north of Lincoln, 2 miles north of Wahoo. There was about $1.50. Just under that in Eagle, just off to our east. Again, Nebraska City was about $1.25. Falls City $1.17. But again, you can see some reports just to the southeast, on the southeast side of town, 97 hundredths, 8 miles south-southeast Lincoln, 96 hundredths, 7 miles southeast Lincoln, just south of Lincoln, 5 miles south Lincoln, 87 hundredths. And again, I say 8 south-southeast Lincoln, 7 southeast Lincoln, 5 south Lincoln. That's basically from the middle of town Again, it's not necessarily outside of Lincoln. It's just on the southern edge or on the southeastern edge of Lincoln. Again, 4 miles east Lincoln, 6600ths. 1011 Studios, we had 5100ths. Again, like I mentioned, I had about 6/10 at my house in East Lincoln. Near Hastings, just under half an inch. Near Seward, 4400ths. Fairbury, 2700ths. And again, kind of at the very bottom there, the Lincoln Airport, just 2400ths officially at the Lincoln Airport. In terms of hail, again, saw some big hail last night. That was one of the primary threats we had talked about, and we had mentioned that we could see hailstones up to 3 inches in diameter, and we did have a report of 3-inch hail near Nebraska City. So again, that's about the size of a teacup. But again, had several other reports of hail between 2 to 2.5 inches. Again, near Johnson, 2.5-inch hail. It's tennis ball size hail. Near Auburn, 2 1/4. That's about the size of a pool ball. Near Superior and Du Bois, $1.25. That's $half sized hail. And then we had a lot of reports of quarter-sized hail across far southeastern sections of the state, which again is that 1 inch in diameter. So again, some pretty strong storms moving across the area. Again, not everyone saw it, but those areas that did see it actually have kind of seen it repeatedly over the last 36 to 48 hours or so. So if you look at current temperatures, again, behind that system that's moved on through, again, 1 o'clock Thursday afternoon, it's on the chilly side out there, anywhere from the upper 30s to the lower and middle 50s. Kind of depends on who's seeing sun, who's seeing rain. Right now, some of that rain is centered, at least light rain is centered in northeastern Nebraska. It's 39 right now in Wayne, 45 in Norfolk, 51 right now in Lincoln, 56 in Grand Island. They're seeing more sunshine right now, 55 in McCook. You look at the 24-hour temperature change. Most areas about 15 to 25 degrees colder compared to this time yesterday. Again, Lincoln was out ahead of that front yesterday. Did manage to make it into the low 80s. We're definitely not going to get there this afternoon. Also breezy out of the winds out of the north and west, sustained about 15 to 30 miles an hour, and winds gusting between about 25, 35 miles an hour. This is going to be the story through the day today. So again, it's going to be kind of, the clouds will clear out through the day, but it's going to be on the cooler side and it's going to be on the breezy side as well. Satellite and radar picture, again, you can see some of that very light rain moving across far northeastern Nebraska. You look back to the west, across the western third of the state, we do see some scattered showers beginning to develop, some instability showers with some cool air aloft in the atmosphere. And that will be kind of the issue, one of the issues moving forward through today, is we could see some of these isolated to widely scattered showers move through the area. Not expecting much in the way of any accumulation, but we might see at least a few sprinkles or passing light rain shower as we head through the day on your Thursday. You zoom out, look at a regional view, and we look at the severe weather outlook for the day today. Again, that's pushed off to our east, kind of stretching from southern Wisconsin all the way down to Texas, is where we have a marginal and slight risk that's currently in place along that cold front that we had moved through yesterday. But again, thankfully, we don't have to deal with severe weather here for a couple days. So if we run you through Skycast, again, clouds will clear out through the rest of this afternoon. Won't rule out maybe a stray spotty shower here or there. Winds will stay breezy. And then as we head tonight into the day on Friday, again, we're going to kind of watch for some wraparound, maybe cloud cover to kind of move its way into the area from north to south. So we'll look for variable cloudiness through the day on Friday. Going to be a windy day. Again, winds staying out of the north and northwest, as we're going to see kind of a reinforcing shot of cool air move across the area. That's going to keep temperatures well below average again for the day tomorrow. And that will continue into the upcoming weekend. And we head into Saturday. Again, if you're going to be in Lincoln for the spring game, variable cloudiness. I think it will be dry, but it will be breezy with those winds out of the north and east. Kickoff for the spring game is at 1 in the afternoon. I think probably partly cloudy, maybe mostly cloudy in Lincoln and eastern Nebraska. Dry, but it will be breezy with that north and northwest wind. It will be, again, on the cool side, so you want a jacket if you're going to be down in Memorial Stadium or downtown enjoying some of the festivities. Through Saturday afternoon, though, I do think clouds eventually kind of thin out, at least clear out a little bit, and I think mostly clear to partly cloudy by Saturday evening. As far as temperatures today, anywhere from the low 50s to low 60s from north to south. Lincoln, we're going to try and get up to 63 today. That may be a little bit ambitious, but even colder temperatures are expected as we head into Friday and the weekend. Friday morning lows, mid-20s to mid-30s. Friday highs, we're looking at low 40s in the north to the low to mid-50s in the south. 54 in Lincoln, as well as Grand Island, Hastings, Kearney, and North Platte. Again, with a northwest wind that's probably going to be pretty strong. It may even feel a little bit cooler than that. Saturday morning lows are going to be cold and below freezing. So again, if you are still waiting to put plants in the ground, still need to wait a few days. We're looking at anywhere from the low 20s to the low 30s for lows on Saturday morning. Saturday afternoon highs, very similar to what we have on Friday. Upper 40s to low to mid 50s. So again, well below normal for late April. Sunday morning, 26 in Lincoln. That's the record low, and that's currently the forecasted low for Sunday morning. So again, very cold again to start Sunday. Temperatures do begin to moderate a bit as we head into Sunday afternoon, but still below average, mid to upper 50s to low 60s. Check out the extended forecast in Lincoln. Again, you can see low 60s today, mid 50s the next couple days, those cold morning lows. Low 60s Sunday, mid 60s Monday, but then another system heads our way as we head kind of towards the middle of the week next week, and that's going to keep temperatures on the cooler side. Another chance for some rain, it looks like, as we head through the middle of the week next week, so that's something we'll continue to watch. And if you look at the 8 to 14-day outlook, it has better than average odds of cooler than normal temperatures sticking around, so it looks like we could kind of finish out the month of April with some cooler than average temperatures across the region. So that's something that we'll continue to monitor here over the next couple days. But again, as terms of severe weather, again, it was pretty noisy the last couple nights for some areas in southeastern Nebraska. It looks like we at least see a break from the severe weather potential, at least for the next couple days. We'll keep an eye on stuff maybe for next week with maybe some rain moving in towards the middle of the week. But again, we'll keep you updated between now and then. So appreciate everyone for tuning in and for watching. Again, as always, keep it tuned to 1011 for all of the latest news, weather, and sports. Again, we're going to have a lot of coverage of the upcoming spring game on Saturday. So again, make sure you keep it tuned. We'll be doing a lot from the streaming studio for that with Kevin Suits and the rest of the sports team. So thanks everyone for watching. Hope everyone has a nice Thursday, and I hope everyone stays warm out there today.